do sometimes. So
well, good. Well, I'm going to direct stuff towards you, and you guys feel free to jump in, and I'm sure I'll have some questions for you guys. So we're going to get started with the whole thing here. Where are you from, Augie, originally?
I grew up in Berea and graduated high school right here in Louisville, and ended up down south at Georgia Southern University, and started playing at the bars there, then ended up in Savannah, and then had a great time living in Savannah. I highly recommend going to visit, but just came back here a few years ago. Katie and I happened to be playing at Gerstl's and working there, and we were already friends, and I think one afternoon she just said, Augie, you know I'm a classically trained celloist. I kind of like some of your songs. Like, do you want to play? And I was like, what?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how we got together. So we played as Hale and Massey for a while, and then Pat just joined us.
Found him walking down the street.
Yeah, this past summer, he moved here from Northern Kentucky, and I'm an old guy, but I play rugby for the Louisville men's team, and Pat joined the team, and turns out we both play guitar, so he started coming to hang out with us, and yeah.
Are you guys, I'm going to get into that a little bit later, but playing rugby, that's a very physical sport.
It is, but it's just like anything else. I mean, it's no tougher than hits in football or big tackles in soccer or anything like that. It's just it's an old game that's becoming more and more popular and things like that. I grew up a basketball player, growing up in Kentucky, and I went to college. I was actually a walk-on Cal Macy's first year. I never ended up playing, but 1997, Morehead State University.
Wow.
That's right.
Well, what I was getting to, Augie, was like you could break your fingers or your arms or your hands. That would hurt your bread and butter there.
That has happened before, but we have TJ. If you're out there listening, one day, TJ, my finger was sticking off the side of my hand on a Thursday. TJ put it back on, and I played guitar at Gerstl's on Friday with just some tape, so it was good.
Well, let's go ahead and kick off the show with a live tune. What are you gonna start with?
All right, this is one from college. Accidentally on a rainy evening in Statesboro, Georgia, ran into a house with an automobile. Story behind it, but
okay.
This is called "Houses Are Getting Away." All right. Shot down, now you're tore up, now you're running away, leaving it all alone, so it'll come back and bite you some rainy day. You gave up on good hope, let love just walk on by, nothing left to do, lay back and look up, that's a good little while. Why do the walls, they come crashing down? Lose all your good stuff, baby, and bad luck is all you found. Jumping fences, not to mention houses that get in the way. Leaving it all alone, so it'll come back and bite you again. Now some rainy day. Knocked up and you're bent down, looking up so you don't lose sight of the ground. Tangled and twisted, still missing her from long ago. Your phone ringing, head screaming, empty pockets tapped out, 'cause you drank until you drown, all the way down, yeah. sometimes the walls, they come crashing down. Lose all your good stuff, baby, and bad luck is how you jumping fences, not to mention houses that get in the way. Leaving it all alone, so we'll come back and bite you again. And some rainy day. Just like the rain, sometimes the sun comes pouring down. Put your best foot forward, look bold, and keep your mind from running around. And climb the wall, stand up tall, and get back up. If it all falls down, all the way down, yeah. And sometimes the walls, they come crashing down. Lose all your good stuff, baby, and bad luck is how you jumping fences, not to mention houses that get in the way. Leaving it all alone, so we'll come back and bite you again. Some rainy day.
The Rucking Few right here on WCHQ 100.9 FM. A couple things. I took a picture of you guys while you were playing, and I was typing in. I almost had an autocorrect mistake, if you can imagine what that would have been. Makes you wonder where my phone's been. It also asked, and Kathy'd be interested to hear this, when I tagged WCHQ, it said, "Is this a good place for dancing?" And I said no, but then I thought, well, it probably is.
Might as well. We might be dancing by the end of this song, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've had parties in smaller places.
Right. How did you guys get together as, well, you told me that. Do you remember sitting down for the very first time? I guess it would be Katie and Augie. How did that go?
I really kind of pushed the issue as far as pushing them together and us. I don't know. Katie and I guess, after playing at the bars here in Louisville for a couple years, you know, doing cover songs all the time and things like that, you know, you kind of get onto plateaus, and as a musician, I think you can't stay on those plateaus and things like that. You have to keep changing, and you have to keep doing new stuff, or it's just, you know, you're not doing anything with it, you know.
Right.
I just think you always have to progress and move on. And I think Ad and Pat, you know,
Katie's giving you a weird look. You are on, you know, you are on video. So
Oh, no.
that's right. She gives me looks all the time.
It's with love, though.
Right.
It's with love.
No, I was just remembering the first time we sat down to practice together.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and somehow it ended with Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah? You know,
yeah.
I was going to say all fun things in with Justin Bieber, but that's probably
come on,
Not
now.
really.
You know.
Yeah. Well, Beyonce was on the CMAs last night.
Weird.
Right? Or CMAs, yeah.
That
I think I heard that. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it. I was watching the Cubbies.
Old Cubbies won it, didn't they?
I was actually at an open
pretty
mic,
pumped about that.
hosting an open mic in Shepherdsville, watching the Cubs. You know, so yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. The first time that we practiced together, though, was last night.
Yeah.
Was it last
you
night or
doing?
the night before?
The night
Phenomenal.
before last, I think, the first time we all three sat together. And
Oh, yeah?
practiced. Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
we just kind of started, you know, just getting together at the bar pretty much. I mean,
Right.
scheduling conflicts, really.
Yeah.
I've done that before too, where you bring in like my normal duo partner couldn't make it, so I get a guy. I'm like, hey, I got this gig, and you just kind of do it. That's what you do. I want to ask you about your influences, but before I do that, what do you guys listen to when you just want to enjoy music?
Y'all go ahead.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
My favorite band is AC/DC. That is
All right.
AC, Lightning Bolt DC.
Right.
Rolling Stones, Ghost, a lot of rock and roll, a lot of blues in my background. Yeah.
Gotcha.
A lot of classical in my background,
Right.
obviously. But, I mean, I really do listen to everything from, like, hip-hop to, like, Bach. Like,
Right.
I got
Tupac to Bach. Yeah.
Tupac to Bach.
yeah, it sounds better. Good one, Pat.
I have to go with John Prine, Chris Knight, Tesla.
Yeah.
What would John Bon Jovi do?
Right.
That was a joke for Emil, but let's see. Yeah, man. I two older brothers, one into '90s hair bands, and the other into everything cool and old. So I was pretty blessed.
I'm kind of we're kind of on the same page, man.
Yeah.
I want to ask Katie a question because classical music to me is it's like I love it. It's relaxing. I listen to it when I go to sleep, but I don't get into it. I mean, is there like I'm assuming there are new classical compositions all the time, like people writing new classical music. How does that work? Is it?
Well, I mean, if you've watched any new movie, you have John Williams, Hans Zimmer.
Oh, yeah.
Danny Elfman.
Well, that makes sense.
So
yeah, now that you put it that way, I look stupid. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, influences. I want to get into the writing a little bit later in the interview, and I want to talk about your writing influences. But I want to know who did you guys? I wanted to be Johnny Cash when I was little. I mean, was there somebody you looked up to and you thought, what made you pick up the instrument?
Angus Young.
Yeah,
Angus Young. The Angus Devil.
What about Malcolm though?
Malcolm's amazing, man.
Yeah.
He brought the rhythm to life. He was the brains behind it, but
yeah,
I'm a little crazy and Angus is a little crazy, so I followed those
I
footsteps a little
I'm
bit
with you
more.
on that one.
Yeah.
I'm with you on
I'm
that.
totally odd man out over here.
Yo-Yo
'cause,
Ma?
like, no, my hero when I was younger was Bette Midler. So
Oh, yeah?
totally odd man out over here.
Focus.
Yeah, I would. I'm kind of saying with Katie, there wasn't like a
Bette Midler?
celebrity or
Oh,
it wasn't Bette Midler. It's Barbara Streisand and no.
Winona Ryder.
I liked listening to my oldest brother and his high school buddies and all that when they were getting down way back then. That's really kind of what turned me on to it and things
All right.
like that back in Berea. So.
gotcha. Good enough. Let's go ahead and play another live tune.
All right.
You wanna do mine real quick?
Sure, Pat.
All right, 7th fret. Remember?
Yep. Dun, dun, dun.
Do you remember the chords?
That's a weird question to ask on live radio.
Well, I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, but I still shine. We've played this song a million times, but
Gotcha.
they both helped me out a lot.
gotcha.
I think it's like a C,
Yeah,
F, and then
it's-
G. All right, just making sure. We're live, man. We're live. Here we go. It's you I feel, but we must be certain. I'll stay true to you. The truth, it hurts, but it's gotta be worth it. I got you, do you. Show me your best side, and I will surely show you mine. but let's be fair. We're lovers and best friends. We will stick it out till the end. This life we share. Oh yeah, yeah. Love me, oh. Yes, she says she does. Love me, oh. Yes, she says she does. Love me, oh. Yes, she says she does. Love me, oh. Yes, she says she would. Yes, she says she would. I found you out, you and your nasty bag of tricks. You hurt me bad, yes you did. And time has drifted us apart, but my heart still lingers on. Yeah, I still care. Oh yeah, yeah. You love me, love me. Love me, love me. Love me, do you love me? Yes, she says she would. Love me, oh. Oh, why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me?
All right, the Rucking Few. The crowd
Thanks,
goes
guys. You're
wild.
too corners.
Patrick
All right.
Bernard right there.
That was Patrick. Yeah, Patrick Bernard is the lead man there. I love the sound you get with the two guitars and the cello. It's just it's a different sound. I love the sound of the cello. Do they make those with frets on them?
No.
You know, my
That
mom always
was an
said,
insult to ask that.
No,
wasn't
no.
it?
I'm sure somebody has modified some somewhere, and when
Right.
you're learning, they
Yeah.
put tape on it.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how you kind of
Gotcha.
learn.
I didn't
Right.
even know that.
Yeah. I mean, watching my daughter in the Louisville Orchestra, there's a lot of tape, especially when she was first starting
Yeah.
out.
Oh, there's tape
that's
all over
cool.
the place.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the writing. Is there, for your original songs, walk me through like how an original song would be formed for the Rucking Few.
The ones we've been introducing, especially just keep in mind, we're coming from being a cover band
Right.
at the bar, but the originals we're moving into now, I mean, the ones I've introduced, they're all like stories from growing up or my past or
Right.
or something that's real that happened,
Right.
and
But do you have a process, Augie? I mean, do you sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write a tune, or?
I'm such a space cadet. I sit and pick around all the time, and I get attached to certain tunes, and then get different, get stuck on different things that are going on or whatnot, and then start putting it into words. Sometimes I can sit down and write a couple songs in a day. Sometimes I put one down for a year and pick it up and
Right.
and put it back together again. I'm just
all over the place. That's the way I do it. What about you, Pat? Do you write? Was that
Yeah,
your
that was
song?
mine.
Yeah.
Just the highest points of life and the lowest points of life give you
Right.
inspiration, I guess. You don't get inspiration by sitting in your room watching Netflix, I guess.
No. Absolutely.
Could.
And I don't know. That song came really, really naturally, just like that.
I was say if you were chilling.
Yeah, like chilling, chilling with the cello.
Um,
Ooh, I don't know about all that.
Just saying.
Cello and chill.
That's right. Cello and chill. You want to cello and chill? Nah.
I've had a lot of songwriters on the show over the years. 5 years in December. I always ask them, do you feel like your best songs come quickly, or are they more? Are you more of a craftsman? Do you build them?
I don't know. I've had a couple that just came right out because I was in a going through something or something like that. But then again, there's ones that you pick up a long time later that end up being
Right.
maybe oldies but goodies. So.
I feel like you form it quickly, and it sounds really good right off the bat. And so you got that solid foundation, and then maybe you put it down so you don't get overwhelmed, and a month later, a week later, like Augie said, maybe a year later, you craft it, you mold it so much more to to be this finished
Right.
piece of art, I guess.
Do you feel like you can teach songwriting?
I don't think so.
I think it's an innate ability.
Definitely,
Yeah.
it's definitely,
At
Bob
least good
Ross
stuff,
didn't.
yeah.
Bob Ross,
Yeah,
he was the painter. He didn't get taught how to paint.
Right.
He just did it.
gotcha.
That's my hero.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Be a happy
You're the
tree,
first
Pat. Be a
person that's
happy tree.
ever referenced Bob Ross on my show. That's pretty cool.
He's a pretty good guy.
Yeah,
If ever in doubt out there, kids, just draw a happy tree, man.
That's right.
Little some birds back there. Man.
Call them
That's
happy
right.
mistakes.
Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Happy
Yeah.
accidents.
Yeah.
Never a mistake.
I believe that's Jackson Pollock. I believe coined that term, a happy accident.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
The-
I heard it from Bob Ross.
Oh yeah.
93, Bob Ross.
Bob Ross was quoting Jackson Pollock.
That's awesome.
All right, so we're gonna play a tune right here because when you guys were coming in, some Fifth on the Floor was playing.
Indeed.
Mr. Justin Wells and those boys, and Justin's got a brand new CD out, and this is the single off that CD called "Going Down Green." So we're gonna spin that, and we'll be back with the Rucking Few.
I thought I did good, but you be the judge. I closed that door and bid back the grudge. Like a worn out coat in a pouring rain. I'll tell you what I can to knock back the pain. You can hate me, Lord, for all my sinning, but I swear to God I'm going down grinning. I pass a paved road wherever it goes. Give me a destination that nobody knows. I'll go poor and I'll go young. By the battered beat of a beat down drum. You can hate me, Lord, for all my sinning, but I swear to God I'm going down grinning. If a needle in a haystack is the only chance I'll have, you can burn it to the ground for all I care, and take what's left behind of myself and throw it all away. But I ain't leaving till I'm done. There's a moral here, but it slipped my mind. Like a misspent youth, I left it behind. A few years older, the more I've learned. You can wait in line and never get a turn, but I won't sit and wait for the ending, 'cause I swear to God I'm going down grinning. If a needle in a haystack is the only chance I'll have, you can burn it to the ground for all I care, and take what's left behind of myself and throw it all away. But I ain't leaving till I'm done. till I'm done. I ain't leaving till I'm done. I ain't leaving till I'm done. I ain't leaving till I'm done.
All right, I got to make sure I stop this because sometimes it jumps to the next song. That was Justin Wells, Running Away. That's from, Going Down Grinning, actually, from his new album, Dawn in the Distance. And we are live on Cumberland Country, WCHQ 100.9 FM, with the Rucking Few, who are Pat Bernard, Katie Massey, and Augie Hale. I want to remind you guys that we do that social media thing. Of course, you can go to our website, CrescentHillRadio.com. We're Facebook.com/CrescentHillRadio. Our Twitter, I guess it's our Twitter page, at WCHQFM. I'm kind of iffy on the Twitter. And Instagram is WCHQFM. So hit us up on there. Do you guys got a Twitter page?
We do not. We're kind of behind the times on that.
I don't even know how Twitter works.
Yeah, always kind of, and
Right.
you know, with the tweeting and the instant snapping and everything.
Yeah.
If we get into that, then I don't have time to watch Pat
Right.
on his Tinder bumbles and things like that.
And
that,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah?
I mean,
Is there anything we can
there's
talk
only
about on
so
the air?
much time.
It's just a Tuesday kind of thing, you know.
I got you.
Every Tuesday, you got to hit up the Tinder Bumble.
Right. The Snapchatting, what are the kids doing these days?
I don't understand it
I
all
think it's just
anymore.
Instagram?
I'm actually not the youngest in this group,
I'm
so
just-
I have no idea.
You seem like the youngest. By looks, I mean, these guys,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
in
I
that
mean.
case-
Ouch.
I'm not talking about, you're wise beyond your years. We talked about that off the air. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I
But
have no idea.
I gotta, people get on me because I call it the Facebook. I said, get on the Facebook.
I call it face space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like growing up, you didn't go to Walmart, you went to the Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
For sure.
the Piggly Wiggly.
The Piggly Wiggly. Kroger.
Katie doesn't know what we're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
All right. Let's talk about your aspirations. Where do you want your music to take you?
That's something we've been talking about a lot more recently. As far as we're trying to transition to more of a originals band and getting out a lot more and having more of a social media presence and putting ourselves out there a little more. I've always been really reserved, and I feel like Katie's kind of we're two in the same as far as we're. We put our things on Facebook and stuff like that, but as far as we haven't ever put a lot of time into self-promotion and things like that. Now we're kind of stepping into that part of this. So,
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Katie, being classically trained, do you do other projects that aren't necessarily with these guys? Do you?
Not so much anymore, no.
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 Okay.
When I was younger, I did the wedding quartet thing and stuff like
Okay.
that. But,
I got you.
And I'm open to it. But
Well, that's
like
where
I
the
said,
money's at, isn't it? Weddings and
yeah,
stuff?
it is. But we barely have enough time with scheduling
gotcha.
to get together. So
I got you. Okay, I call them bucket list gigs. That's like places that you dream about playing. Like, I'd love to play on the Grand Ole Opry someday. Do any of you guys have those kind of aspirations?
The Ryman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Bluebird Cafe, and then actually I've always really liked the Palace right here in Louisville.
The Viper Lounge.
Right. The Rainbow on Sunset.
That's right.
There's a cool place
Girls,
called
girls,
Tootsie's somewhere in northern Ohio, and then
Yeah.
always I miss all my friends down south in Savannah playing
Right.
at the places on the beach and things like that. Katie, what you got?
I mean, when I was younger, it would have been Carnegie. But at this point, like with this I have no idea. I don't think I've really put any thought into that.
Right. That's good, probably. Just
Yeah.
let it flow.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. I've hit, and we were talking about it off there because I believe you lived close to there. One of my bucket list gigs was Bobby Mackey's The
Yep,
Haunted
that's
Honky
right.
Tonk. Yeah.
Still there.
I got to, yeah, man. It's every Friday and Saturday night. That's the only night.
A lot
they're open.
of frat guys and sorority girls go there from NKU.
I got you. I got you. I want to mention to our listeners that we're really we're all professional here because the AC is out and we're burning up. It's just getting kind of warm in here. Yeah.
Not it is a little toasty. A
Yeah.
little toasty.
Well, I run hot anyway. So let's go ahead and play another live song. What are you
All right.
guys going to play?
I guess we'll do a cover this time for you.
Okay.
We'll do some John Prine.
All right. Awesome.
Cool. Yeah. John Browner.
All right. The Rucking Few live on Cumberland Country, WCHQ 100.9 FM. And, yeah, I dig that song, man. Of course, you know, I was telling you guys off the air, or did I say it off the air? That's the Muhlenberg County song.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'm going to talk a little bit about your live show. I'm going to start off by saying, let's say my listeners are considering coming out and hearing you guys. What can they expect from the Rucking Few show?
It's interesting. We have so many different places we play. You know, playing at Gerstl's on a Friday or Saturday night is much different than
Right.
we have Louisville Mash coming up. I haven't spoke about that yet. That's you know, premier bourbon tasting and charity event at Melwood, and we're looking forward to that one. But you know, obviously we won't be as rucking at that party as we would be, you know, at 1 a.m. Somewhere else. You know,
Gotcha.
so things like that. But
Well,
also
you
play
know,
at
tell
Beer
us. Yeah, tell us the Rucking Few. What does that mean exactly? I know you said it's about rugby, but
it stems from a rucking term. I mean, it stems from a rugby term, but as far as I think it also accurately kind of describes us and things like that.
Right.
So because we you know, we just kind of swing from the hip and go with it.
Gotcha.
And we haven't had an easy road so far. You know, we've been banging it out hard at the bars. So.
right, yeah, you guys play quite a lot. You know, playing bars, especially late at night, and you know what happens in bars, right? What's the weirdest situation you've ever been in as a band? I mean,
Oh wow. I don't know. You know, people falling on you, that happens all the time.
Sure.
Comes with the business to catch the mic in the face every
Right.
once in a while.
Sure.
If there's no chicken wire,
done that.
you know, there to
Chicken
protect
wire.
you. As far as us, though, I mean, that's pretty much kind of it.
I
Just
mean, some
clowns.
weird stuff has happened, but I don't know that I can pinpoint
Right.
Right.
One thing.
Anything that.
one thing that stands
It all
out.
just goes so fast, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I did. This is for my friends in Savannah, but there was one night we were playing at WG's on the corner of Lincoln and Bryan, and I had a date that was mad that I did not eat dinner with her that night. So she came in and ripped the guitar out of my hands while my piano player and bass player were
Oh, yeah?
mid-song. Never seen a bar get so quiet so fast
Right.
when she ran out with my guitar. And the show was over.
That's it.
Is that the girl that song's about that we
Yeah.
can't do?
No.
So,
Different girl.
Yeah, there's many.
right. I had another question. It was a great one too, and it must not have been that great because it just flew right out of my head there. But you know, I imagine there are certain things like a cello player, like you know, you normally don't see a cello in a bar late at night. I mean, are there certain accommodations that need to be made for a cello player?
We sit in front of her.
Yeah,
and
nobody
we-
can touch
they
me.
block her.
They keep everyone
stand
away
off
from
and
me.
they're rugby guys, so that
Right,
probably
it's
yeah.
all good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really it. I mean, other than that, I just
Right.
have to have a chair.
Sure.
Yeah.
Make sure
I'm
you
the
don't get
easy
hit
one,
by
You
a
never
actually.
get up and do like they, you know.
No. I mean, I guess I could.
You know,
but
you've given me so many looks tonight. You know.
She's full of them. She's full of them.
I don't
That's
say
not
a
even
lot.
half of
I
them.
just right. I don't.
No,
say
I'll
a
ask
lot.
you a
Like,
question. It'll give me, you know, you'll get
This
that
might
look on your
that
face.
might be
What
my thinking face.
did
I
he
don't know. But like when we play, what you can expect from me, like out, is they'll go back and forth, and I won't say anything
Right.
until I say something.
Right.
But it's all just faces.
Right. Then it's very cerebral, right?
But we feel her eyes everywhere
Right.
we go.
I guess that makes me like the mom.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we can tell when she's staring at us. You know, our shoulders and the sides of the heads get warm and things like that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Right.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right now, my ears are warm.
Yeah.
Not even looking at you, Pat.
It doesn't matter. You're thinking about it.
All right. Let's go ahead and play another live one. I'll make sure we have time to get a couple more in.
Okay.
We're doing the crush? We got to do the crush.
We'll do the crush. We'll do the crush. You wanna? We'll do.
There's another face.
That's fine.
We'll do the crush
Doing
when she's,
girl
when
crush.
she's
That's
ready.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Second cake.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Katie Massey. we're gonna do another original. And we're gonna do that one when we're ready. Lost my job, I got conned by my girl. They cut off my phone. Good thing I'm up on my bills. My Bronco's all jacked up in the driveway. My first real job, it was a good 2 years, and I busted my tail just to get nowhere but here. Sitting, smoking, drinking with my friends at home. Every day's another memory. Every life's another thing you thought you'd seen. Now that comes to mind, what you left behind, yeah. About the money I made and the money I spent. Wonder why I spent on her what I could have paid in rent for the rest of next year. Every time I go out at night, she see me, I see her. She drunk, making out with some other guy, and I wonder what this feeling's worth. Every day's another memory. Every life's another thing you thought you'd see. Now that comes to mind, what you left behind. Now I pick up a bottle and I put it down. I got another job and the world's still spinning round and round. It's a vicious thing coming back full circle. Every day is still all new to me. Every light that shines, one I thought I'd see. I'm all fine, what I left behind, yeah.
Right,
Right
the
on.
Rucking Few live on Cumberland Country, WCHQ 100.9 FM. So far, you know, right after I say your name, I stop for a second. I'm like, did I say that right? It could get interesting. I want to talk. Have you guys done any recording? Any plans to do any recording?
We do. Just the stuff we have is, just from cell phones and things like that, from the bars and stuff. We haven't, had the time to sit down and do that yet, but that is in the works right now. So,
Yep.
Any of you guys?
We're gonna do that. I'm excited about it. We just, we all have our own lives, but we all hope to get recordings, and we might mess around and make it.
There you go. There you go. You never know.
No.
Do you have any gigs coming up that you'd like to mention? I know you mentioned the.
Yeah, we're every other Monday at Gerstl's.
And this Monday is the other Monday.
This Monday is the other Monday, so if you wanted to start that schedule pattern off with us, you could come. It's Gerstl's is the oldest place in the neighborhood right there. It's on the corner of Frankfort and Shelbyville and Lexington, where everything comes together right here in Louisville. It's easy to find. And then, again, we're looking forward to being a part. We're very honored that they asked us to play at Louisville Mashed. I believe that's November 11th.
10th.
It's the 10th? Thank you.
November 10th.
Thank you. That's November 10th. Again, it's Louisville's premier blind bourbon tasting event. All proceeds go to Family and Children's Home. And should be a really cool, big deal. Can't remember who's sponsoring the food right now, but there's going to be all sorts of spirits.
Moe's
And,
Burritos? Is that it?
I don't think Moe's is going to be there. No. It's going to be a little nicer than that.
Nicer than Moe's?
Okay.
All right. So I want to encourage you guys to, you guys are listening, and you guys too, I guess, if you wanted to stick around for Hippy Head's Spotlight tonight. And Kathy, who's Hippy Head have on tonight again? Sons of Medusa. All right.
Of Medusa. All right.
Sounds good. Well, I'm gonna play another cut, and then we're gonna come back, and you guys are gonna finish off with a live tune. Will that
Cool.
work for
Sounds
you?
good.
Right on.
All right. Here's some. This is brand new right here. John Clay. Here's Melwood Night.
If I were awake in this world, I'd have known it was you. I'd know that you stood right in front of me with your eyes green and blue. But honey, I never knew. So what am I to do? If I could just pick up this sand and walk it backwards in time, carry that weight on my back as I walked with you on my mind, and you were always on my mind. Every memory I finally made my way back home. If I finally made my way back home. If I finally made my way back home. Will you hear my words? Will you hear my song? I've lived in my head and I've danced with the dead of my past. I took one good left and I took one good right. Now I'm down on my ass. I stood up fast. My jaws I cast. The day I decided to walk out our broken screen, thought of the days and the weeks and the years and the tears on our floor. And you're not there. You're out filling up your junk drawer. If I finally make my way back home, if I finally make my way back home, I can see everything in color now. I can see every wrong turn I made. I wish we could go back black and white for one more day in a Melwood night.
hear my song when I get back home.
All right, Mr. John Clay. That was Melwood Night. And we are live on Cumberland Country, WCHQ 100.9 FM with the Rucking Few. And
That's right.
they are Pat Bernard, Katie Massey, and Augie Hale. And we've been having a good time. We've been putting out a lot of hot air in this little closed space.
Oh,
But
Hot boxing.
this is your guys' opportunity before we close out the show and you play your last song to, tell us, plug something or, say hi, Mom, or whatever you want to do.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout-out to Anna Bernard and Bentley and Mom and Dad and Dane, I guess.
Okay.
Dane.
No?
No, Katie?
Hi to Katie's parents. What's up?
Thanks,
for her,
Augie.
for her and all her girly friends out there. What's up?
She's too cool for school.
Well, yeah, I'll say hi to my mom, or I'll get hit with a shoe. I don't think she's listening, but
Right.
Hi to all my friends all over the place. If you're in Savannah, Eric in Iowa, cousins in New York City,
Right.
cousins in Florida.
Denmark.
Hello.
Well,
What's
we
up?
we will post the audio on the WCHQ SoundCloud page and the complete video of today's show on the Crescent Hill Radio WCHQ YouTube page. So if they're not listening now, they can listen in later. So
Awesome.
Check it out.
There you
Check
go.
Sounds
it
pretty
out.
cool.
So you're gonna play a song, and Katie's gonna sing, right? Are we there?
Indeed.
We're there?
We're
Right.
all contributing members here.
All right.
So when you come see us, it's all of us.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've got a girl crush. Hate to admit it, but I've got a hot rush. It ain't slowing down. I've got it real bad. Want everything she has. That smile and that midnight laugh she's giving you now. I wanna taste her lips, yeah, 'cause they taste like you. I wanna drown myself in a bottle of her perfume. I want her long blonde hair. I want her magic touch, yeah, 'cause maybe then you'd want me just as much. I've got a girl crush. I don't get no sleep. I don't get no peace thinking about her under your bed sheets. The way that she's whispering, the way that she's pulling you in. Lord knows I've tried. Can't get her off of my mind. I wanna taste her lips, yeah, 'cause they taste like you. I wanna drown myself in a bottle of her perfume. I want her long blonde hair. I want her magic touch, yeah, 'cause maybe then you'd want me just as much.
Katie Massey of the Rucking Few with the Girl Crush.
That's right.
Live
Love
on
it.
Cumberland Country. WCHQ 100.9 FM. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thanhanks for having us.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
CJ. Appreciate it, man.
Mention again where you're going to be next.
Monday night, come see us at Gerstl's. 8:30ish, 9 o'clock, somewhere in there. And
To 12:30ish, 1
We'll
o'clock,
treat you
somewhere
right.
in there.
and look for us in the Leo and stuff like that. Really appreciate everybody listening tonight.
All right. I want to let my listeners know that I've got one more set of the Todd Snyder with Rory Carroll tickets available from it's the Baumhart Theater at Kentucky Center, at the Kentucky Center. That's November 9th at 7:30. I'm going to figure something out tomorrow on my Facebook to give that last set away, so you guys tune in. And again, the Rucking Few on Cumberland Country, WCHQ 100.9
CJ,
FM.
thanks so much for having us, man.
Yeah, man. Stay tuned for Hippy Head Spotlight coming up at 8. I believe, what was it? Sons of Medusa is live. Actually, it says Bungalow Betty on his thing. So it's either Bungalow Betty or Sons of Medusa. So we'll see you next week on Cumberland Country.
Bye-bye. Cut off? We're done? Awesome.
Let's take a look at the WCHQ concert view for Thursday, November 3rd. All right, folks, we got a lot of shows here in the Louisville area tonight. Right out at Gerstl's Place, you can go and see the War Paintings. Down at the Levee at the River House, we have Napoleon and the Beats. Over at Merle's Whiskey Kitchen, Mr. Bob Rutherford. The Old Highlands Tap Room will have the Heavy Hands, Josh Card and Woodrow Hart. Down at the Haymarket Whiskey Bar, Anagaris and Cryptic Kim. Over at Goodwood Brewing, live local Thursdays with my old buddy, Mr. Tom Boone. Down at the New Vintage tonight, you can go and see Frederick the Younger, Joanne and the Dakota. Over at Trixie's Gold Room, Born of Osiris, I See Stars, Bad Omens, and A Rumor of War. Over at Kaju tonight, Drone Baby, Jet Black Orchid, and the John Band. Down at the University of Louisville campus today, over at the Margaret Comstock Hall, we have the University Brass Ensemble. And over at the Bird Recital Hall, we will have John Hamer with Trio Dinsintu. And if you don't feel like getting out tonight, stick right here on WCHQ. At 6 o'clock, Cumberland Country will have the Rucking Few. And at 8 o'clock, Hippy Head Spotlight will feature the music of Bungalow Betty.
This has been your WCHQ Concert View. If you've got a show you'd like to let us know about,